If you don't know, the Leonardo is officially certified as the highest building in Africa, and it only makes sense to announce this really, really big deal up here. So I'm going to hand over to Nicole and to Cassper to kind of tell us a little bit about the relationship between the two of them, and what made it make sense for you guys to arrive here at this time in your lives.
Hi. Afternoon. My name is Lekau Sohana, and I'm the founder and CEO of Drip Footwear. The story of Drip Footwear is a story of humble beginnings, after I have failed so much in businesses. Over 16 years, of trial and tribulations, and I've always been passionate about fashion and everything. Grew up in poverty in Ivory Park, and that led me into making my first sneaker in 2003 because I didn't have sneakers to wear to a school function. So I made my sneakers and went to a school function. My peers in school loved the shoes, and I started selling shoes. So my whole high school career, I was making clothes, making sneakers, and that is how I actually supported myself in high school. So yeah, from 2003 up until 2019, when I made Drip, I failed in so many other things, and still in the township, still going through poverty, still trying to be someone or create something for myself. So that led me to actually creating Drip and making Drip a success. We are only 1 year, 11 months old, and in that 1 year, 11 months, a lot of people have seen growth. A lot of people have seen this brand that is just everyone is talking about, just all over. It's now on TVs, on radio, and the story has been planted in the past 16 years, trying to build or go into several businesses. So what led us to be here today is a celebration, it's a celebration of excellence, it's a celebration of young Black South Africans who have gone through their own path and destinations in different industries, and then to come at this table today to say you can actually merge, you can actually build together. And I've spoken to Cassper, told me his story, we actually met 1 year plus ago, so this has been in the pipeline for so long. So yeah, this is the story of two young Black South Africans celebrating and talking about success and building something that is very, very monumental, in the retail space and in the music space as well. It's not just a shoe, and it's not just music, but it's more. This is what we're actually trying to show you, that there's more, and this is what we're going to be doing. So, yeah.
Maybe we should hear from you, Cassper. How does your story relate to that of Drip, which is the township dream?
It's similar, we both come from, I come from an average home. I wouldn't say poverty. My parents work hard, so they always get angry when I say that. Poverty ain't good. So I come from an average South African home, and I've told my story a lot of times, so I'm not going to tell my story. We're here to celebrate this moment. But I met Lekau on Twitter, right? I saw his shoe, and then I hit him up and said, "Yo, I like this shoe. I'd like to get this shoe. I wanted to buy the shoe." Then he said, "No, let me meet you." He came over to the studio. I was still working on my 4th album, and it's my 5th album. And then he came to the studio with a couple of shoes, and then immediately being a businessman, I was like, "Yo, man, we should make a shoe." And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm down for that." I thought he was just, outside of his, I just posted shoes, right? And then that's how our relationship started. And then we started becoming actual friends and talking about business in general. you know, and we started sharing ideas, and it grew from just a conversation about shoes to how we could build other products in general and tell our stories and move forward as Black entrepreneurs. And that's why we're here today, celebrating this amazing moment.
Okay, so yes, we've mentioned shoes, we've mentioned music. Is it a shoe collaboration?
No, it's bigger than that. It's more like he said. I was laughing because he said it's more than just the shoe, and we agreed we're not gonna say that. So he said it's more than just the shoe. I'm like, man, you said it. It's more than that. It's a range of things. It's a collaboration on a lot of just like I like to say exciting developments. Because we corporate now, so it's more than just the shoe. You know, definitely shoe is a great possibility. I mean, he makes shoes. I love clothes, and you know, I've got merchandise. So a lot of things. I don't think we should say it's a shoe. Yeah.
Okay, so Legal, this is a very big thing for Drip. It's the first of its kind. Actually, in industry, I think it's the first of its kind. So why now? So early in the journey of Drip, and I think a bigger question: why Cassper?
I think I've actually answered that, you know, when I introduced myself about why him. He told me that it took him at least 10 years to bring it to the music industry, you know, and having in the past 1 year spending time with him, you know, understanding him, his business acumen, what he actually bring to the table, you know, his brand, you know. A lot of people know that it's not just about music, but it's more about business. You know, the business move that is actually taken. You know, some of these cool ideas that we have for the partnership. You know, so yeah, I meet a lot of people in my life, you know, on a daily basis, and I was like, okay, fine, this is the person that I'm actually going to be doing this, and it's right for the brand. You know, attitude, everything. You know, drip all the time. You can see right now, you know, he's dripping. You know, so yeah, it's more about him and his journey and what he represents and what he stands for, and us being at this level of the business and say we just want to celebrate. We've only been selling one shoe as a brand for the past 1 year, 11 months. You know, so right now we're in a level back then. Okay, can actually just do something, whatever that you can, because we're building a brand. You know, we have that brand leverage right now. So yeah, it's him because of that. I hope you answered.
Definitely, but what makes this deal different to any of the others that are currently taking place out there?
I don't know what other deals are taking place out there. I can only know about this one. I definitely know what is on the table right now, nothing else. So yeah, it's different. You can see you're on the top of the tallest building in Africa. So this is your answer, you know.
Okay, cool. And for you, Cassper, you know, you guys have big dreams, and I think a burning question for me becomes how getting to a point where you can share a dream with someone else, like Legal. What do you hope to achieve with this deal and it forming part of the bigger dream that you have as Cassper Nyovest?
I saw Julius Malema say something one time. I hope I quote him right. I know it's not his quote, but he said, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go further, go together. You know, and that's what I have in my life. Like I've been able to achieve a lot in a short period of time. You know, with my team. And I feel like I could do more. You're a bird. I could do more, and I could do. I could do. We could do much more and feed more people and create more jobs together. You know, I've been able to do amazing things alone, and especially as well as one of the people who had a great merchandise department, you know. And if I collaborate with him and we share our expertise, we could do more in those industries. So for me, it's about, you know, coming together with more black people who have platforms and creating a better environment, story, inspiration for people who are like us, you know. It's not always that we need to celebrate when, you know, like I have to mention the name just to put it in perspective. Like, I remember me and my manager were knocking on Nike's door for like years, right? And we worked with them. It was a very fruitful relationship, but we could never get a shoe, right? Because of, I don't know. But today, you know, through meeting Lekau, I can celebrate this moment where I can have a relationship with the actual CEO of the company, and we don't have to send emails to another country for that person to be interested and then send my social media numbers and all of that stuff, you know. We could just have a great conversation between us as black people and get somewhere. So that would be my answer to that.
So I'm going to open the floor for any questions. I'm going to sanitize this mic first. Are there any questions from anybody? Yeah. Even if you work on the team?
Yeah, I think
the ones who work on the team are dangerous.
English guys, are you guys trying to say you are doing a joint venture? Because I still don't know. I'm cold as fuck. Yes. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Yes.
Is this a joint venture or what is it, guys? This way.
It's a lot of things. One of them, we're partners. We are getting into a partnership of a new brand.
Yeah, it's cold. You must tell us. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we get into a partnership. It's something separate. You know, it's under Drip, obviously. Okay. And we're getting into a partnership where we've started a new branch. A new something. Yeah. So we started something, and I mean, it involves a lot of things. It involves products. It involves, you know, equity. It involves a lot of things. But I'm not buying shares at Drip.
That's what we're trying to. That's what I'm trying to understand.
I'm not buying shares at Drip. We are. And he's not buying shares at my company, okay. But we're getting into a very fruitful partnership, very fruitful for me. I don't know if he thinks it's fruitful. I'm sure he does. So it's yeah, that's what basically, you know, the deal is about.
Dope.
I heard rumors in the industry, what's the deal with 100 million as a figure being thrown around? Is that a real figure or was that?
Yeah, it's a real figure.
100 million?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wow, okay. And also, I think both of your stories are so relatable, especially to the youth and to young people. I mean, coming from Mjondo to building the kind of brand that you built and to be where you are. And obviously, Cassper, you've told your story quite a number of times, man. If you guys just go back a little bit, do you remember any time before getting to this point where you felt like giving up? Does anything stand out when you're sitting here? And then Cassper, the same question as well, please.
I come from that stinking poverty, that hard one, you know?
Yeah.
Giving up would mean being close to death, you know? I had no other option but to make it. No other option. And yeah, I've never, not even once had a thought of actually giving up. That's why I have actually posted on social media just some few days ago all the businesses that failed, that I've been through, you know? Not even a single day have I ever thought of giving up.
Your story is so relatable.
Yo, man. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, you know, I don't meet too many people who make me feel, what do you call it? Not only inspired, but like what you just said, like shook me.
Yeah.
When you said, you know, giving up, going back to close to death, like that, like shook me, and you know, and that's why I work with this guy. So just to give you more perspective on the answer about the number, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a lot of things, right? So the deal comes up to worth 100 million. Before we came up here, I ask them, if that question comes up, do I, because I've always shied away from numbers.
Yeah.
Slicker knows. I was like, you know, I was close to, you know, and we're like, yeah, man, like, why not own the moment? Why do we always shy away, you know? And I'm in right now in my life, personally, I'm in a place where, you know, I tell everyone to call me Don Billy out, because I'm working towards becoming a billionaire. I'm going to be SA's first, South Africa's SA hip hop's first billionaire. You have to be and I'm meeting a lot of, you know, people who are in those positions, and they're not afraid of saying the numbers. I was chilling with one of my guys that I'm about to do something with, and he says, yeah, so in this project I have $110 million. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm looking at T, like, did you hear this guy? And I'm seeing that they're not afraid of saying the numbers, you know. They know that it's factual, and that's who I am. So I want to put that in perspective as to why I was able to answer that question. And he won't answer that question because of his character.
Yeah.
I'm hip hop, so I'm not afraid to say that. But anyway, going back to the other question, was it the point where I wanted to quit? I don't remember a point where I wanted to quit, but I remember a point where I wanted to self-destruct. Right? Couple will remember a moment one time when I wanted to start doing drugs because I was just like,
it's too much.
Yeah, it was too much. I needed to, you know, and I knew I was like going to destruct myself by doing this, right? And he found me in the bathtub chilling, like, hey, what's wrong with you? And I was like, man, I feel like just doing coke or something because I was at my lowest. But I don't remember a time where I felt like I wanted to stop pursuing what I wanted to pursue.
Hectic. That's hectic, but also 100 million rand is hectic, so let's focus on that. You've been calling it the legacy deal. Why is it called the legacy deal? Is what you're developing called the legacy deal? Just talk us through that naming convention and how it makes sense to the valuation of this partnership. The partnership.
Okay, I'll give a part of the answer. On my side, for us to end up there, because I was one of the people who were pushing for that wording, is because I'm saying where I am in my career is I've done everything. I've had I've sold, you know, records, and I've never had a number one radio, but I mean, I've had very big songs. Sold out stadiums and everything. And right now, where I am in my career, it's about building a legacy. And building a legacy is about more than just money, numbers, you know, fame. It's about leaving something behind that people can take inspiration from. So hence why we ended up on the legacy deal. You know, it's about not only our kids, but the community, how we're going to benefit the community as well through our journeys, not only through inspiration, but actual, you know, benefit where we could create jobs and stuff like that. So that's where I am in my personal life and in my career.
I concur. Yeah, the legacy deal, for me, I agree to that because of what it actually stands for, you know. When I created Drip, the slogan used to be, or the slogan that I came with, don't laugh, see. The slogan that I came up with is the township dream, you know, because throughout all my failures, I knew that I wasn't the only one that was going through that. I'm not the only one that went through poverty, but I wanted to be the light that shines in the township and say, by holding on to that for that long, can actually make it, you know. And the legacy deal is more of us showing that to the kids in the townships and to the kids in the rest of the country to say, we are going to build, we are going to celebrate, we are going to, like, your day is also going to come. We don't just want to drive beautiful cars, live in beautiful houses, but we also want to go back and say, this is the the organizations and companies that we can build that can actually leave so much impact in the township that we actually come from. So that is a legacy that we actually want to leave behind or live with or live on, you know. So yeah, it's the township dream for me, and it's the legacy deal. Everything, every day, everywhere.
I think that's really powerful. And we have more questions. Cool. Just hold on.
Senators, I don't trust them. So when do we see the deal coming live in stores? When do we see when do we start contributing a couple of rands to build this billion? You know, when does the consumer or the market start like engaging with it and purchasing, if that's the direction you guys are going?
Can I just tell a funny story? Tilly, do you remember when they asked Cassper this question, when is Fill Up the Dome happening? And he answered and gave a date, and the thing was
I'm actually looking at the
Is that a warning? Is that a warning not to?
I'm actually looking at the couch to say, yo, do I say actual dates or within the next few weeks? Everything is in action. Hey, the team is looking at me like, yo, don't you dare. I don't want to mess up the plan, but this is not something you're going to hear about, then it goes away, then we come back after 6 months. Everything is in action, and today happened because we wanted to celebrate the fact that 2 black men could come to an agreement. You know, we are in agreement, and I'm very happy with the numbers. And we're now going to get into action, so people are going to see some of the developments and the products that we've been working on for the past year. So,
the guys here are asking if it's okay now to move from calling you TV to T-Billion.
Biliato for now.
Biliato for now.
Yeah, I like that.
T-Billion.
For now, it's Biliato. They're aspiring. I aspire to become a billion.
Let's go.
Okay, so on that note, I think it's time that we kind of consummate this relationship. As you mentioned, 2 black men have come to an agreement, and we wanted to share this with the public. We wanted to share this with the people who have, brought these 2 black men to this point. They brought them to the top floor, and they are signing their deal, but bring it closer to you because we don't want cameras zooming in. So you've got a board there, you've each got your pins, and you've read through it because you are clever businessmen.
The same one.
And I would ask you guys to all just celebrate them, capture this moment. It is a big deal. We are initialing every page, okay? We're so happy to be there.
That's my accountant there, by the way. Okay, he must give me the signal that.
Like bitter deals.
So now do we stand up Oh yes.
To black excellence.
To 100 milli.
And I think this is a great moment for us to wish you all the best on your journey. And we congratulate you on this incredible moment to 100 million brands and the legacy deal. Okay, so all of your friends, thank you very much for joining us. There are parking tickets at the reception. And there's another question, but this one is important, it's from the manager. So, our big boss has something to say.
Just a little one, man. Guys, just thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the motivation. You know, a lot of people say they want to work at this time. So it's encouraging to see this. Just something that's just and talk and calm things. I mean, meetings you sit through with nothing but us. So you guys brought us here. It's extremely important. With that said, are you guys able to share the first product offering that you guys can give us? And because a lot of people don't know, we appreciate the deal. It's incredible. We're supporting anything that we buy. But I'm leaving here knowing exactly this. What's the first item that you guys, or product that you guys are giving? At least Nyana, so you know.
When Tilly asks, we'll find out. We'll find out when Tilly asks.
We are a retail brand drip, you know, and Family Tree is more into music and entertainment and everything. So we are still in the midfield, you know, like fall, like see me on a music video, maybe like you don't know.
Maybe it's a shoe that sings.
It's a shoe that sings.
Maybe it's a recording studio.
Just.
Maybe it's a prayer.
No, me, I don't like answering those questions because we don't like to answer. You know, I want to give people answers. So for now, I think...
You don't have the answers, Cass. I'm just taunting you. I'm taunting you.
You know? One of the first... it's not a date.
Yeah.
A product, right? No? No names?
Give them a name.
The first product that we're going to be releasing is called the Root of Fame. The Root of Fame coming from, a little background, no, just name.
Done.
Okay.
I don't want.
The Root of Fame, yeah, the Root of Fame is the first. Yeah, coming in the next few weeks, you're going to see something from the Root of Fame.
Okay, shout out. I think that is it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So if you want to interview, you've got banner walls on this side. You can move away from here, or you can take them on the third floor.
The Root of Fame is
I don't want.
And there's food on the 7th floor by the pool. There's a pool bar there, so you can join us in there for a little bit of food. But thank you guys for joining us, and the hashtag is the legacy deal.
Interviews there because it's cold here.
More interviews. You can have interviews downstairs if you would like. All of you guys. These gentlemen are here to serve. Thank you very much.
What up, Namuzi? How you doing? I suppose Spoo was wearing a jacket of green. I never understood, and I
Don't
thought.
worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. When I'm ready to tell you, you know I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
You know I'm gonna tell you, sweetheart. I know about any of these other people, but I'm gonna tell you.
Aight. Hey, what up? Okay, let's go, yeah.